Hello and welcome to the Change Gang podcast with me, your host, Laura Ordile. I'm here to help you hold on to your sanity and your soul as you move through big change. I'm here to guide you from frustration to flow in your life, bridging the practical and the woo, just for you. Let's go. Hey Change Gang, welcome to the week. Happy 4th of July to my American friends. I hope that you are celebrating with your family and enjoying the day and the week ahead. And just a quick thank you again to all of those amazing families and people in service, especially our military, for the protections that they give us. So it's important to me to say that because I come from a military family. So there you go. Today I wanted to talk for a minute about why the woo. Why do I step into the woo side of things? And I have to say that I have gone back and forth with this where the pendulum swings deeply in one side and then the other, of moving into it and then moving way far away from it, and then basically kind of coming back into that middle zone where I blend it now with most things that I do. And I came to that because I think of those big pendulum swings away from it and into it, where I just had to explore and see what worked for me, because something is different for everyone out there, whatever level of woo is there, whether you call it woo or not. If you have any sense of, when you write things down, they come true, there's power in it, or when you speak things out loud, it's important, that's woo. To somebody else, that's very woo. Now, for others, mediumship and intuition and quantum jumping and all of the energy work, all of that isn't really that much woo. And I talked about this on another episode a little bit, about being in the woo pool and kind of moving from the shallow end to the deep end and swimming where it's comfortable for you. But I wanted to talk just a little bit too about why I blend the things that I blend, why I work with that bridge from the practical to the woo, from the woo to the practical, why I think that both are really important. Because I personally believe that we live in a world that's full of energy. I use the word magic sometimes. I love the word magic, always have. So I believe that we live in a magical world, and that yes, there is such a thing as quantum jumping. There is intuition. There is what some people would call psychic, abilities that you can step into. That mediumship and having conversations with spirit is a real thing. That astrology is actually incredibly useful. And I also know that you can't just live in that energy world, that you have to come out and do some of the practical things. You have to face the fears that you have and move beyond them. You have to move into that period of acceptance. You have to move through and past the overwhelm. And you have to take action. Action is an incredible ingredient in anything that you're doing, because if you're just sitting there dreaming about it, or on the other side being practical and just planning for it, plan, study, nothing actually gets done. And I've been stuck in that place where I've taken course after course after course because I thought, I just need this one more thing. I just need to know how to do this next thing. I think I need to be better at, and fill in the blank. And so as I do that and I move that into those things and learn about them, that's great. But until I can actually blend that energy with that action, nothing's really going to happen. So that is why I believe in the woo and the practical. Now there's going to be people out there who are great successes that say, oh, I'm not really into the woo, I don't do woo. But if you look at some of the practices that they have, and I'm not saying they're not woo, but if you look at or that they are woo, if you look at the practices that they have, what they do might be considered woo to someone else. Those writing down of your, the 10 things that you want to have happen, your 10 goals. Well, some people might say writing that down is an energetic connection and bringing it into the world manifesting it. So they would use the word manifest instead of, goal writing or something like that. So it's just a difference in how we look at things. And I hope that doesn't offend some of the people who maybe aren't so woo, that I'm saying some of your stuff is kind of woo. I'm saying that it's in the perspective of how somebody looks at something. My perspective has changed intensely over the years in what I see and what I look at and where it comes to. Obviously, I think I've spoken about how taking classes and learning and studying and becoming certified in hypnosis and neurolinguistic programming and even life coaching, how those things changed the way I saw some of the other things. Because a lot of times what some people would call energy work or working in the woo world is often connecting almost at that scientific level with your subconscious. And therefore, when you're working through the subconscious, a lot of people don't consider that woo. But I think it's kind of a thread that all blends together, because the subconscious actually, I hope I said subconscious and not conscious. I meant subconscious if I said the other. But the subconscious is connected, and I'm going to say energetically, with all that is out there, with that universal mind, aka Akashic field, aka for some people God. It's connected to all of that. And so when it connects to that information and it brings it in, it's bringing it in a way that is acceptable to you in the place that you are at any given time. So it might not be that you could use the word manifesting at a particular time, but as you move through and you continue to actually have those things happen in your life, you might even hear yourself say, oh yeah, I did actually manifest that. I did bring that about. That's amazing. Because you were in that amazing energetic space and that connection of the subconscious with that universal mind, that all it is that's out there. So whether it's knowing that you're connecting at that energy level with a crystal to do something amazing in your life, to bring a certain energy in, or you're doing it with the timetable that you're writing out and making sure that you have it in your mind to do certain things on certain days. You're still connecting with the mind, with the subconscious, with all those things, so that you know those things that you're going to do. I hope that makes sense. That one might have got a little bit in a circle form, or you don't see the connection, but every single thing that we do is connected to our subconscious. Everything. Whether you consider it actionable, practical, woo, in total wooville, whichever one it is, it's always connected at that subconscious level. The energy that you might be working with is connecting with you at that subconscious level. So that, my friends, is why I work with the woo, because I know that it's all a part of everything that's out there. So whether you term something woo or practical, it can all come together. There's a bridge between them, and you're meant to walk it. You're meant to walk in between those two and bridge them so that you can have the best possible version of your life. And that, my friends, is part of what I'm here to help you do. So there you go. Quick and easy today, and I look forward to having you back here with me next week. And of course, if you have any ideas of something that you would like to hear about, I would enjoy hearing about that so that I can speak about it. And I'm going to start bringing some people in soon, I hope, to have some conversations with me. Goodness, I'm having a little thunderstorm. To have some conversations with me so that you can get another perspective on some of the things. And maybe they'll agree with me, and maybe they'll have some different ideas. And I'm okay with that. I don't mind talking to people that have different ideas. I love that, as a matter of fact. I love having more than one viewpoint, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to come together at some point to come to the outcome that everybody wants. So there you go. And by the way, if you haven't jumped into the Change Gang on Facebook, the group, I would love to have you come join me there. We're going to do a wonderful 3 to 4 day challenge in about the next week or so, I believe. It'll be mid-July, so yeah, about a week. In about a week. Come on in. You don't have to do anything, but come join the group and you'll get to be a part of it, and we will go from there. Happiest of days to you. Ciao. I hope today's episode was interesting to you in some way and fun. If so, hey, find someone to share it with. Maybe they need to hear it too, or maybe they'll just enjoy it. If you'd like, go ahead and grab my tips on supercharging your success. It includes a free short meditation to do just that. You can find that at bit.ly/supercharge your success. Until next time, happy day.